My name is Musonga and I'm a visual artist. Grew up in Canberra but primarily based in Sydney.
Tell the people.
Yes, new piece. So that's the one, like when you're asking what the new work would look like. It's a work in progress. These are photos from Simon as well, just as references.
You have to put ideas to it, but what would it look like? Your favorite artwork that hasn't been put together? If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think a work that depicts the experience of being an African Australian in Australia, but it's like authentic and it's like something that when we look at it, we just like feel like this reflects the struggle, but it reflects the direction that we're going, reflects all our challenges. But it's like, it's also authentically us. Like I think being able to achieve just one work that feels like that, where generations can walk past and understand what's going on. I think that's the one, and that's what I'm exploring at the moment. It's called Aldgate East, so it's a spot in London. And yeah, just going like to London in 2024 and realizing that it's possible as an artist to, you know, I guess drive like a nice car, to have like a nice house, to make a crazy amount of income. Like you actually don't have to struggle as an artist. And for me, that's what this represented. It's like, okay, that's the standard to operate at. It's like a reminder that it is possible and just keep going to where you want to go with it.
With your works, do you see something different every time you look at it?
I do for sure, definitely. And that's the coolest thing. Like I get to, I feel like I get to make it, but I also get to be a fan of myself in the process. Like, because to paint the way I do and to have it be intuitive, that takes a lot of practice and a lot of time doing the work. And it's come to a space where I get to create where I don't really think about what I'm making. Like I just make it. It's pretty flow state. So by the end of it, I get to look through and be like, oh, that's crazy, or that's a really cool detail, and I like that I added that. So yeah, I get to see it and just be a fan of my own work. It's crazy.
Why do you do it though? Like, I'm assuming, yeah, this could be your job, but like, let's say if you were set for life, would you still paint? Would you still do art? Why do you wake up and do it?
Oh, good question, man. For me, it's like I view art as like it's a timestamp for a moment in time. It's almost like the canvas is a documentary in the visual form, and the main reason I started was like I felt like my friends and I were just doing really cool things, and we were getting recognition in the spaces of music, like fashion, photography. But at that time, like we weren't really in art galleries, or we weren't going to openings or shows, or we weren't seeing our story told there. So yeah, I was just like inspired to start talking about what me and my friends were doing, almost as like a timestamp for us. So when we look back, we can reflect on that moment in time well beyond. And yeah, that's still been the story. So I feel like I'm just telling the story of like, I guess, youth culture in Australia.
So
and,
like kind of
the new faces popping up, but as well as the ones who have inspired us. And you know, hopefully 5-10 years from now, when we look back, we can be like, oh, that was that period of our life. And yeah, it's a documentary for sure.
So if your life or your career, either one, was a book, what chapter are you in right now?
Yo, great question. I feel like I'm stepping out of the emerging artist into like that mid career, where it's like with intention, where it's with the substance, with the understanding of art history, with like the desire to be a true and great artist in Australian history. You know, I feel like up until now, it's always been vibes and it's been for fun, and it's something that I just naturally enjoy and have done well and continues to go well. But I've made that conscious decision now to like put the hours in to become a great artist and to do what I can to empower other artists. So yeah, entering that mid career stage for sure. It's like it's important to actually go out and live and go and experience different things and push myself out of my comfort zone, spend time in countries that I don't know much about, meeting new people.
What was the last experience that translated into a painting?
That was my time in London and time in Paris. Just like walking through the streets of those places and seeing, because you see art from like masters from like hundreds of years ago, then you see a modern artist with like the craziest perspective, and that just inspired me to tell my story in a different way, and to like how I approach storytelling. But yeah, I reckon that was like that time overseas in Europe. As cliche as it is, because like I'll read art history books and they talk about artists who say lived in like Portugal, and then they went and spent like a summer in Paris, and then they came back as one of the best modern artists. Like I never really understood that until I went to different places, and like I was just like surrounded by completely different perspectives, different takes on the art. So yeah, just being overseas for sure.
What does it mean to be represented in the established art world if you're not represented the right way? Do you feel like that's valid?
Good question. I like, and it's crazy, like because I wouldn't really know if every artist feels the same way, but I know for me, like as long as I'm creating, I'd love to be talking about what matters to me, and like the things that I'm seeing and the changes that I would like to see in the world as well. Representation is so important, so even the spaces that I work in and the galleries that I work with, they understand me fundamentally and we share the same goal. So it's never really been an issue of that in my career, and I'm really thankful for that. But yeah, I'd always hope that the stories that I'm showcasing are authentic and true to who I am as well.
Fine. So, what's next for Musonga?
Ooh, I can't lie. I think this next period is like, it's just different. Like I'm creating differently. I'm back to the fundamentals. My friends and I are just doing cool things, and family straight. Like everything in life is just like in a great place. So it's just presence amongst that, like enjoying that for what it is and as it is, and everything that I'm creating on the other side of it is just a reflection of that. So yeah, like I wouldn't be able to like clearly point to where that leads, but it's with like a different place to what I've been in the past. So I'm excited just to see what that lands at.
It's subjective, but do you feel like
Perfect.
this
Thank
current
you for your
generation
time.
is here
Thank you for your time.
to facilitate the next? Or do you generally feel that this generation will have a greater, if not equal impact as the next generation of African Australians to come?
Great question. I feel like it'll be the one for impact, in that the right doors are opening for us. I feel like one of the biggest challenges in creativity is longevity, and I guess getting the financial support to actually live out as a creative. I think because there is a generation before us as well, and for a lot of them, I know that finance was just like the hardest part.
So you think essentially we are part of the first, but
For sure. Oh, good
we're
job.
at 1.5 kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Maybe we have like people a bit older than us that we could look to. Good question. So I think, when it's phrased. No, it's cool. I think that's the right one to ask. I feel like this generation will build the infrastructure, so we'll facilitate the spaces and the opportunities that the next generation will need to just be comfortable as creatives. I believe that can happen, just through starting, like, for example, starting an art gallery of my own, or having pop-up spaces and stores where people can come and hang out and just network and get to know each other, and spaces like Art Club. They're goals that I've set for myself, and I'm sure that for the next generation, just the young kids seeing that and knowing that that's possible will be enough for them to fine-tune it and then take it to the next level. So I can see that, yeah.
What inspires you to create?
I feel like I think it's just life, like, and it's like the day-to-day, so just like living a life that I enjoy and doing things that I enjoy and trying new things and achieving goals that I set out when I was much younger, and that just inspired me and propelling me to want to do more and to aim for more. So yeah, it's just life, and That's a blessing because it's just like with every stage of my life, I'm sure I'll be inspired by something new. Yeah, my name is Musonga. I'm a visual artist and I'm here with Faucet Failure. Cold, bro. Those questions, those questions were goated.